Okay, well, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Everyone, good evening. I'm so sorry because today I have some meeting that immediately I should finish my project, so we can facing on the Zoom meeting. But in this evening, I would like to continuing our materials about the Java. Today we are talking about methods, and we have a caption about the function and also procedures. What is that? What is methods? What is functions? What is procedures? How we can classify which method, in which case we call as method, in which case we call as function, in which case we call as procedure. Sometimes it make you so confusing to differences between them. So today we talking about what is method, what is function, and also what is procedure. And also I would like to show you about the sample codes of the function and also procedures. Well, we start in a definition. Sorry. Okay. Well, methods. The declarative for a method or a constructor declares the numbers and the types of the arguments for that method or constructors. There is an example of typical methods declarations: public double calculate, then the property, double length, double width, then uh, the body, double area equal to length, acoustic width, and return area. Okay, the only record element of method declarations are the method return types, name, a pair of parameters, and a body between brace. Well, but I have a casual definition about methods. In our daily life as programming, we call methods as the way to describe a problem in the uh, more specific problem. So if we look in front of a big problem, we split it into several small problems. The problems can be solved by several methods. So we can define methods as several solutions in the way to solve big problems. So using methods, we can accelerate time to build something, because in today's we're facing new era of programming. We know about OP, object oriented programming. Then we use methods as the important part of the OP. Why methods being important thing? Because methods, using methods, we can define a specific purpose of some class, and from some class we can inherit it in several class as a child, and they can have and they can own the parents methods. For example, if I have class A, then class A have two childs, B and also C. Then B, L, and C also can have some methods with A without defining in their class. Okay, maybe this part we talking the other part focusing on the how to um, create an OP programming. Well, then in the methods, as like as a variable, we can define in three types: public, private, and also protected. Um, which type we should use is depend on your purpose. If you want to inherit some methods to your child, you can use public, and you can also use protected. It's some methods you not want to inherit it to your child, so set the methods or variable as a private. It's like is you as parents have something that not good, especially you have a bad habit, you are smokers, or you like eat so many food in sometimes, and you want you have purpose your child not to something like you to do now, so you can eliminate these methods by using private. Okay, more generally, methods declarations have 6 components in orders. First is modifiers, as I said before, such as public, private, and the others you will learn about later. Then return types, this important part, in the way to differences between which methods classified as function, which methods classified as procedures. So before we so far, I will to give you some uh, code that normally we call function and also procedures in Java as methods. Methods um, defined atau split it in two types, function and also procedures. And how to differences between them, we using the return value. If some methods have a return value, so we call it as a function, and if some methods they have a return value, so we can call it as a procedure. Then the third is method name. The rules for field name apply to method names as well, but the conventions is little different. Then the parameter list in parentheses, yeah, a comma delimited list of input parameter preceded by their data types enclosed by parents. If they are not parameters, you must use empty parentheses. So it's optional for you. If you want use parameter, you just write down in theirs, between theirs. But if you don't, is okay. It's no problems. But um, in the application, sometimes I use parameters if I create some function, because I should return some value to next processes. So for example, if I create some methods for calculation of fuzzy calculations, so I split it into uh, three, sorry, I mean three functions. The first is about falsification, and the last is divisifications. So the three methods create a whole methods or class to calculate fuzzy. Okay, the five is an exceptions list. It will be discussed later. The six, the methods body, includes between brace. The methods code include the declarations of local variable, goes here, and something. That's all. It's like you have some parameter, then you proceed your parameter. For example, integer a comma integer b, then you have some calculation, integer c equal to integer a plus integer b, so return integer c. Okay, method signatures. Two of the components of method declaration comprise two method signatures, the method name and the parameters types. For these methods, public double calculate area, double length, double width. Two calculations here, so you can write down your body between brackets. Then return like acoustic width. So if you um, call it calculate area 2 comma 3, then the result is return value is 6, but you should use print out sorry a system out println to show the result. Okay, these methods have a signatures, calculate area, double, and also double. Two types of double. Naming methods. Although a method name can be any legal identifiers, code conventions restrict method name. By conventions, method names should be verbs in lowercase or a multi-word names that begin with the verbs in lowercase, followed by adjective, noun, and etc. But in conventions, but you can create your own. It depends on you. It's normally. In multi-word names, the first letters of each of seconds and following words should be capitalized. So here are some example. Run, run fast, get background, get final data, compared to set x is empty. Calling methods. Public static double calculate area, double line, double length, double width, return length, acoustic width. Public static void main string range ya, double length sorry panjang lebar luas ya, dan panjang equal to 12.5, lebar equal to 5.3, luas equal to calculate area, panjang koma lebar, system out println luas segi 4 plus luas. Well, so we have functions in there, methods that classified as functions. Then they have, because this is have it is have a return value, then we call it to calculate luas. Yeah. Then we show using system out println. Well, but you can also use calculate area in there. Calculate area panjang lebar is also possible to do. Well, parameters versus arguments. Parameters refers to the list of variables in the method declarations. Arguments are the actual values that are passed when the method is invoked. When you invoke a method, the arguments must match the declaration parameter in types and orders. So, which one I should use? Yeah, depend on your project, depend on your purpose. Parameter types. You can use any data types for parameter of methods. This includes primitive data types such as double, float, and integers, as you saw in the computer area methods, and you references data types such as object and also arrays. Here is an example of the methods that accepts an array as arguments. Public void prename string names for integer e equal to o e to name dot length, then e plus plus. System out parental name e name then array e. The Java programming language uh, doesn't let you pass method into the method, but you can pass an object into methods and then invoke the object methods. Okay, you should underline this thing. The Java programming doesn't let you pass methods into methods. Doesn't let you pass methods into methods. Arbitrary numbers of arguments. You can use a construct called varance to pass an arbitrary numbers of values to methods. You use varance when you don't know how many of particular types of arguments will be passed to the methods. It's a short to creating an array manually. The previous methods could have used varance rather than array. To use varance, you follow the types of the last parameters by an ellipsis, 3 dots, then a space and the parameter's name. The methods can then be called with any numbers of that parameters, including none. Sample, public void prename string blah 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 names. Then the body. You can see that inside the methods, name is treated like an array. The methods can be called either with an array or with a sequence of arguments. The code in the methods body will treat the parameters as an array in either cases. Then declaring members variable. There are several kinds of variables. The first is member variable in class. There's a called as field. A variable in methods on the block of code, they are called local variables. Variable in methods declarations, there are called parameters. Okay, that's all. Then we trying to create some methods. Okay, well, it's bad, but please forgive me. I use the old class, yeah, but I suggest you to create a new class for new projects because it's easier to you to find out after the class, yeah. Okay, well, we create some methods. Okay, sorry, wait a moment. Well, I'm so sorry there's no question because it's full of live sessions. I hope we can meet the next meeting because today unfortunately I have some meeting that they can finish on time because in this week I should finish our project. I'm apologize about this thing happen. Okay, wait a moment. Find out. Okay, well, we create this method. Okay, void. Yeah, today I like pusakata. Maybe pusakata. Okay. Well, we create a method and we call it as procedures. Procedure. Why we call it as procedure? Because there is no return value. And then the others difference between procedures and function is about using void. In procedure, we using void. Well, we have pusakata, then we try to add some body. We can system out println, and we have kata hello in pusakata. Okay, well, then we can call it as pusakata. Okay, kita save and we trying to run this project. Hello in pusakata. Well, we create some procedure and we try to create a function. Okay, well, we try to use integer, then hitung mean calculate. Okay, then we use some property sample integer a, then we create a body, then in this body we write down about the return value, return a. So we try to call it as a pusakata hitung, because hitung have a property. We should fill it sample 12, then semicolon. Okay, well, we try to run it and tada, there is nothing from hitung. This is a method that we call as function. Okay, well, how to show the function result, the result of return value? So we should write down like this. Then we okay, let's try it. Viola. So we can show the result of the functions hitung. Okay, so I hope you're not so confusing about this thing. Okay, well, we try more. We try to make calculate, second calculate, teacher A, teacher S, I'm sorry, teacher B, then return A, B, sorry, then we can call it system out println Okay, hitung 2, then we try 12,2. Okay, and we try and viola 24. So we can do some mathematics things in the party. Okay, well, we try the others. Public static teacher hitung 3, teacher A, teacher B, then C, then A, B, pattern, I'm sorry, pattern C. Okay, let's see. Sorry, system out println. Sorry, I'm sorry. We have some I'm sorry. Okay, try. Okay, 24. These are two approach to have a return value. You can calculate in the returns, and you also can create others a variable to calculate first and the return the final. Okay, so the question is, this is about the functions. How about procedures? Can we add some property in procedures? The answer is yes, you can. Well, we try to create the address pusakata. Sorry, up there. Okay, then we try to create pusakata. Okay, void pusakata. Sorry, 2 pusakata integer A. We try to create. Wow. Then we maybe should be just see. We create some more complex calculations. Integer T, this one again, A kali B, I'm sorry, okay. Okay. Sorry, stacks hasil yang diperoleh. I'm sorry, perhitungan kan because it's procedures. We just call it like that. Okay, so but because pusakata 2 have 3 kind of properties. This integer A, integer B, and also integer C. We should fill it 2, 3, 3. example, then we do. The result is hasil yang sorry hasil yang diperhitungkan. Point. Sorry, this is. Then 3. Let's check it. I will add 2, 3, 3. 2, aku stroke 3, then result is 6, then 6, by C, 6, 6, I'm sorry, divided by 3, then the result is 2, then we check it, the result is 2. Well, this the end of this material. I hope you understand about what I said today. If you have some questions of our material, please send to me in the next meeting. We will discuss more about methods, about the functions, about the procedures. So based on this some example, we can have some conclusions. Procedures and the functions in the one thing, we can call it as methods, but if some methods have a return value, we can call it as functions, but if they don't, we call it as procedures. Both procedures and also function, we can add some parameters, and we do some calculations in our parameters. In several approach, you can directly do in the returns, or you can create several variable to do some calculation, then you parse using a return value. So I hope it's clear for you, and I'm sorry again about today meeting, because I have something that I should finish first. Our class changed to the online class full without 2 interactions. But I promise to you that next week we will meet in the correct time, and we will discuss more about our materials. Well, and then the next materials you can see on our YouTube channels. I will upload it in the Friday maybe, or Sunday. Please stay tuned in our channel. Thanks for watching, and akhirul kalam. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you everyone. I'm sorry. Thank you very much. Okay, bye bye. See you the next meeting.